Sean.
Well, I think there's a good chance to be talking about Russell Crowe, who's in a hotel. He was at a hotel in New York trying to phone his son in Australia so he could say, "Good night!" and "I love you!" And the phone didn't work, so he took it downstairs and threw it at the night porter. Still didn't work. Then he picks up a bowl of matches, chucks that at the night porter. Still doesn't work.
You know the man is going to get £1 million, maybe. He's suing for £1 million.
£1 million?
No, it's definitely worth it.
I'd like him to throw a phone at me. And while he's at it, he can whip me with a leather glove and spit on me. I'll give him £1 million.
Well, let's have a look and see if Russell Crowe is up on our list of the most talked about things of the week. Yes, it is. 37% of people were talking about Russell Crowe being in trouble again. If you do throw a phone at a hotel receptionist, the best way to get away with it is to say afterwards, "It's for you." Dave, your team. What else do you think the nation have been talking about this week?
Well, I'd say Michael Jackson. The jury's out, of course, it's all happening, and he's ill again. A commentator said, "I saw the colour drain from his face." I don't think so. The defence, well, part of the defence is that he's just reliving his childhood. Get a few mates round, get in bed, open a bottle of wine, watch some gay porn.
He doesn't call it wine, though, does he?
Jesus juice.
Jesus juice. That's what we call it, isn't it? They like it when I'm rude to Jimmy.
But he said, didn't he? He said that if he gets acquitted, he's very tempted to leave America now. Go to Africa and attain some sort of anonymity.
It'll just blend in.
It just blend in. May I suggest Finland? Maybe, I don't know.
Are you allowed to wear wigs in prison?
I presume that you're not allowed to wear wigs in prison.
That's going to be hard for him.
I don't know whether the wig's going to be the most difficult thing about being in prison. My hair looks rubbish, and stop that while you're at it.
Just put cameras all over the prison and call out, "I'm a Michael Jackson, get me out of here."
But unfortunately, you can't go, "I'm Michael Jackson, get me out of here." They go, "No, sorry, you're Michael Jackson, that's why you're in here."
Well, let's have a look and see if Michael Jackson is on our list. Yes, it is. It's the most talked about thing this week. 59% of people were talking about the Michael Jackson trial. The court proceedings were further delayed this week because Jackson kept nipping to the little boys' room. Not the best choice of words.
Surely the men would have spotted the orgasm story this week. Did you see that?
In the jeans, in women's jeans.
That was brilliant. It's a fantastic story because scientists have now proved that women's orgasms are all in their genes, which is great for us because not that I have a problem, but it's if I had a problem, it wouldn't be my fault.
No.
I could say...
What, if you're not wearing jeans? Oh, jeans!
Everything Tara says is funny.
That would be one of those what are they talking about down the pub stories, I would say.
I think the very fact they're in the pub, they're not really bothered about women's orgasms.
We didn't make our list of the top 5 most talked about things. A scientific study has revealed that the ability to orgasm is hereditary. It means that grandmothers have the same orgasmic response as their granddaughters. This is according to research done by Professor Wayne Rooney. Fingers on buzzers if you know what people have been talking about this week.
Is it, people just go, you know, Bush and Blair. Blair's been using his special relationship with George Bush, which is, I suppose, like the same sort of relationship a tree has with a dog, to try and persuade him to give some more money to debt relief. Bob Geldof's debt relief thing.
Yeah.
And George Bush has just gone, nah. He won't even do anything about climate change, will he, Bush? He won't do any. He won't sign up to Kyoto, the Kyoto Agreement.
I think he recycled his copy of the agreement, that's something.
You know why on Kyoto that we also discovered this week was that a White House official had been doctoring government reports on climate change to water down the scientific evidence.
Oh, he's gone quite newsy, hasn't he?
Yeah, I don't know whether we should have had someone this clever on the show.
What should you say about it? Because I don't know about you, I mean, I recycle stuff, you know, and you go to America, you do think to yourself, what is the point? Why do I even bother? You know, and like, you know, you think to yourself, you're washing out a Marmite pot and they're drilling for oil in Alaska. They're greedy, selfish, ignorant bastards. And that's just... How about you? Next time a hurricane hits Florida, I'm going to go, no! And if Clarkson's on holiday, bingo.
Well, let's have a look if Bush and Blair talking has been in the news.
Yeah. Well done.
What else have people been doing?
I think it's Bob Geldof and his G8 plans. He
That
wants
is in the news.
all these sailors from the south coast to sail across to France. Across to France and bring back 10,000 French people. And if you sent all these boats out from England with all these little sailors in, they'd just come back with 30 crates of Stella, wouldn't they? 30 crates of Stella, 500 fags. It's for an 18th. Oh, aye.
Do we know who's playing in the gig?
Who's playing?
Are you going to do a bit?
Yeah, I'm on just after Sting, yeah.
Yeah. Tara, are you doing a little bit? Live 8?
Do a little bit. Are you?
Pass it on.
She's parlayed that across.
Are there not any black artists on the bill at all?
There's one, I think.
Youssou N'Dour is on.
Houston and he's in Paris, isn't he?
And Edinburgh.
He's pretty big, isn't he?
Would it be wrong to get Sting to black up?
Can I just say that I've noticed something?
What?
You're sitting on a silk cushion.
I know.
With
You're like
tassels.
Prince Charles.
Come on, let's just have a look at this. Come on, look at this.
Well,
I'm having that. Here we are. We're all having a cushion.
well, now... I can't now do the rest of the show having lost a foot. I enjoyed 8 out of 10 Cats, Channel 4, but I noticed Jimmy got a lot shorter during the first round.
Come on, shush. Come on.
Oh, I'm a martyr to my piles.
You're doing very well. OK, now just read what it says there. You'll be fine.
Right, let's have a look and see if Live 8 was in our most talked about things.
Come on.
Yes, it was number 3 last week, but it's gone up to number 2 this week. Bob Geldof has urged people to recreate the Dunkirk spirit by collecting people from France in their boats. The Germans have pledged to do their bit by bombing the beaches. Okay, one more to get. Come on, have a go.
Is it the fact that the government wants to charge us all now for every mile that we drive in our cars? And that's their big new idea, which, funnily enough, they only announced 2 weeks after being re-elected, but never mentioned it beforehand, before the election.
It's never going to work, is it? I mean, has anybody got sat nav? Because you go past a few trees and it's lost them, hasn't it? It's lost the satellite altogether.
No. What car are you driving?
Right, let's have a look and see if the road charge is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, the government are looking at a system to measure how far we drive so they can charge us accordingly. Isn't that petrol?
Well, the bumblebee crisis.
What now?
What?
The bumblebee...
Don't panic! Don't panic! No one panic!
Calm down,
What are you talking about? What bumblebee crisis?
You don't know.
No.
In the paper, when it says BB crisis, you know that's Big Brother, don't you?
Female bumblebees, which apparently are the zealous, hard-working sex, are turning into fat, lazy males. This is a crisis because although bumblebees don't make honey, they do a lot of bumbling. And bumbling levels have reached a record low, and it is a real problem.
So what you're saying is there's a lot of lady bees turning into lady boys.
Exactly.
So bumblebees, you're saying, don't make honey?
No.
Right, they just bumble around.
They just bumble, and neither do they sting.
What do they do? Little fat, lazy Am I dreaming, or is Richard Maybe talking about bees?
Because I can check if that's in the top 5.
I don't think it probably is.
Well, I think people have got to be talking about the shock horror news that Coldplay have been knocked off the #1 spot by...
Jack Shearer.
Crazy Frog.
That's more annoying than the Crazy Frog.
You don't have to pixelate her genitals, so...
Chris Martin has said he wants to catch him and eat his legs. But he's never going to do it. In the video, there's some guy in a rocket bike chasing him. He can't do it.
7% of UK kids don't know what?
The correct way to prepare crack.
That if they eat another chocolate biscuit, they'll turn into a chocolate biscuit.
It is about food.
What a carrot is.
Very close.
What a carrot isn't.
I think I'm going to have to give you this one. It's 7% of UK kids don't know how to eat an orange.
What?
Incredibly. 7% of UK kids don't know how to eat an orange. Cover it in breadcrumbs and deep fry it. They'll get the hang of it. To be fair, most kids get all the orangey goodness they need from Bacardi breezes. Sean's team. This is from a study by Leicester University from March this year. On average, policemen spend 2 minutes per day what?
Playing with their needle.
Arguing over who's going to be bad cop.
You spend 2 minutes per day tampering with evidence. You know, just for old time's sake.
Is it boiling a really soft egg?
No, the answer is, in fact, on average, policemen spend 2 minutes per day taking statements. Dave, Simon and Lee. This is from the Department of Health survey from last December. Southerners are 5 times more likely to what than Northerners?
Support Manchester United.
Celebrate Pim's O'Clock.
Book a flight from Gatwick.
I'll give you a clue. It's to do with an emergency.
5 times more likely to not have an emergency.
It wasn't that much of a clue.
Call an ambulance.
You're absolutely right. It is dial 999.
Yeah.
My neighbour had a heart attack, right? Fell on his hamster, and the RSPCA got there before the ambulance.
Sean's team, you're next. This is according to a survey by the Ramblers Association from this March. 69% of people think that encountering what would spoil their enjoyment of a country walk?
Talking sheep. Especially a really dull one. If a sheep could talk, it'd be quite boring, wouldn't it? You know, it's just been standing here all day. Bloody boring. Well, stood over there yesterday. Great.
A badger the size of a horse.
That sounded really rude, the way you said it. Oh, she had a badger the size of a horse.
I keep forgetting Richard Madeley's there, and it's like a little surprise every 5 minutes.
What would spoil a country walk? Come on, just think about it logically.
A bull.
The road.
Electric pylon.
Yeah, you're along the right.
Motorway. Cars.
Well, you're absolutely right. I'll give you that. It's vehicles.
What?
Dave, your team, next one's from the British Attitude Survey, December 2004. By the year 2015, half the world's population will what?
Have been evicted from the Big Brother house.
Will have had a go on Titmus.
I've read the Da Vinci Code.
Reading the Da Vinci Code is kind of along the same lines. They will be able to read the Da Vinci Code.
Speaking English.
You're absolutely right. Sean, yours is the next one, from a survey by Surrey University featured in the Daily Mail in March. 17% of British women are kept awake each night by what?
17% of British men.
Richard Madeley.
Yeah, they're there tossing and turning.
Yeah. Is it ecstasy?
I think it's a gentle but insistent prodding in their lower backs.
Come on, it's quite an obvious one.
The children.
Is it snoring?
You are absolutely 100% right. 17% of British women are kept awake by their partner snoring. If your partner does snore, one way you can deal with it is to gently roll them over. Do it 3 times, they're out the bed, problem solved. Most disappointing holiday destination?
Leatherhead.
Costa Delamitri.
Lovely.
Is it Dusseldorf?
It's
I
not.
always see, you know, EasyJet have those flights on Ryanair to Dusseldorf. And you think, why would you want to go? If you say, I'm taking you on a romantic weekend, where to? Dusseldorf.
I think it's anywhere where England's barmy army are when you get there. Spain especially, because I don't know if you've been there when there's been a football match on and they're all on the streets going, Champions, champion, and all the Spanish are going, that's mushrooms.
OK, come on, most disappointing. It's between Spain and France.
Andorra is between Spain and France.
Andorra is the correct answer. The most disappointing holiday destination. This is from a That's Life magazine survey from last year. Most frequently told lie. Simon.
It's been great to have you on the show.
I must have downloaded it by accident.
It could be you.
Or is it, I won't come on your cat?
Most frequently told. It's more obvious than that. It's something that is often said by men to women.
Like a donkey.
Something like, you know you...
Don't look fat in that.
Yeah.
You are exactly
Yeah.
right. The most frequently told lie is you
Yeah.
don't look fat in that.
Well done, Richard.
If you look, we've got the top 10 here. It's, of course, you don't look fat is number one. These were only £10. Second most common. The bus was late. I've got a headache. I've only had one drink. That dress looks good on you. The check's in the post. You look 10 years younger. You're wonderful in bed, and I love you. I think over the course of one weekend, I've used all of those. This is from a poll by Yours magazine from last year. Hardest thing to open.
A spearmint rhino in Kabul.
I think there's a market for it, I'll be honest.
Yep.
You go in there, pay your money. Oh, she's got beautiful eyes.
Is it the front door when you need a poo?
I shall tell you, surprisingly, the most difficult thing to open is not a West End musical. It is, in fact, bleach bottles. But considering the fact that kids can't get into an orange, why are we worrying? Sean, over to you. What do you think people have been talking about this week?
What about Mike Tyson giving up boxing to become a wedding planner?
Would you get most of your news from Take a Break magazine?
Sorry to interrupt you. Do you know when they reported it to Evander Holyfield, they went to him and said, Tyson's given up, and he went, no. They said, yeah, he's actually given up, and he went, I can't believe me ear.
I can tell you it wasn't in the top 5. It was the 19th most talked about thing this week. Mike Tyson has announced this week that he wants to quit boxing. He said that he wants to become a Christian missionary. Though when asked to make the sign of the cross, he said, right, Dave, Lee and Eamon, what have people been talking about this week?
Is it the honours list?
Yeah, it is the honours list. I woke up last week and it said, genial Irish breakfast host made a sir. Downhill after that.
What did Brian May get his for, do we know? Services to Anita Dobson.
I used to like it when normal people got OBEs. Remember, like, you know, lollipop ladies and, like, toilet attendants? That was nice, weren't it? Could you imagine it really going to the red light? Sheila, that toilet's blocked. Dame Sheila.
That's a lot more Rod Hull, the toilet cleaner.
Toilet blocked.
Sean, who would you give an honour to?
Michelle McManus, make her a dame.
Thank you!
Am I being thick here? Who's Michelle McManus?
Yeah. She won Pop Idol. She's an enormous whale of a girl.
Oh,
She's lost 6 stone. She's doing...
Lost 6 stone? That's like throwing a deck chair off the Titanic. She's lost 6 stone. She's taken a dump. Right, let's have a look if the Queen's Honours is one of our most talked about things.
Oh, yes.
Yes, this week the Queen's birthday honours were announced. Of course, the Queen has 2 birthdays a year, which goes some way towards explaining why she looks so old. OK, you've got 3 more to get. Fingers on buzzers.
Prince Harry at Sandhurst.
Yeah, so this is the story of a Sun journalist breaking into Sandhurst with a fake bomb.
But the thing is, they're always doing this, aren't they? The tabloids, the Sun and the Mirror, they're constantly, like, you know, trying to breach security arrangements. And I imagine every time Al Qaeda read it, they just go, I wish we'd thought of that.
Claudia, are you worried about Harry's safety?
Yes. I was undecided. It was 50... Well, yes, a little. Well, I think...
You haven't thought about it, have you?
No.
He said they took a fake bomb in there, which basically is anything, isn't it? You know, a brush is a fake bomb, isn't it?
50% of British dads are what?
Counting the days till the kids leave home.
Are your kids going to be watching this?
Is it 50% of British dads are crap at putting shelves up? Because I am. Just awful. My wife said, put some shelves up, and I went, no, you want them straight and everything. I know you're... I'm not proud of this. I went to the library to get a DIY boot, and I said to the one behind the counter, I said, have you got any books on shelves? She went...
Is it 50% of dads are suing Durex? Not necessarily Durex, it could be any of the rubber Johnny manufacturers.
There's a new promotion for it. I don't know if you've seen it in the chemist at the moment. It's a brand new promotion. It's for condoms, and it says, no, new shape. What new shape? Is that for workers at Sellafield? It's not fun.
I'll give you a clue. It's something to do with having babies.
Tired, sleepy.
Claudia, you said sleepy.
Tired, exhausted.
I'm going to give you a point. It is, in fact, 50% of British dads are sleep deprived. Well, they have to wake up 3 times a night to tell their wives, it's crying again. Sean's team. This is from research carried out by the Department of Psychology at the University of Texas from June this year. Men consistently find women with what the most attractive?
Is it Rod Stewart? He's often got a charming young lady on his arm.
Big tits, low self-esteem.
Is it GPS? Oval satellite positioning.
Is it with a naked twin sister? That would get a thumbs up, wouldn't it?
Yeah, certainly would. Thumbs up.
Oh, do you know what it might be?
Go on. I don't think
a degree.
A degree?
Yeah.
Oh, so naive.
No teeth.
No, men consistently find women with a weight-to-height ratio of between 0.68 and 0.8 the most attractive.
I was going to say that.
That roughly translates as not the stocky ones. Dave, Eamon and Lee, this next one is from a poll by the Health Development Agency from January this year. 60% of drivers think what is a good idea?
Oh, those chevrons on the motorway. Have you seen those? It's a road safety thing. You've got to keep 2 chevrons from the car in front.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's wrong.
Why?
I nearly killed myself trying to keep up with the Posh last week. He's going 150, and I'm like, this can't be right, this can't be safe.
Is it 60% of drivers think that driving with your knees whilst eating a Ginster's pasty? It's the only way to do it. One underneath, one to cup for the small bits of potato. I'm not wasting that, I'd rather risk my life.
Every week there seems to be another statistic. I mean, I don't know, you saw like 63% of kids now have underage sex, yet last month 72 were obese. So who's shagging these fat kids?
OK, Sean, this is to you. Who would be most likely to steal a handbag?
I mean, Hamza wouldn't, would he? Because he, hasn't got any hands. He'd have no need for it, would he? Probably need a bag of hands. Be quite handy. Michael Jackson, I don't think he needs the aggro at the moment, I think he's going to lie low for a while. The French, of course, the entire population of France, they'd be most likely to nick a handbag, because he's bound to have a couple of wrong ones.
Bound to. Yeah. Dave, who are you going to go for?
I would have gone with the French, but I can't know. They are generally untrustworthy, I find. Abu Hamza probably does it accidentally, probably doesn't mean to do it. He's like, oh, sorry, have it back. Lads?
Mother Teresa.
No.
That's very confident. Why is that?
Robin.
Oh.
That's a facade, all that religious stuff. That tea towel's not hers.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Abu Hamza.
You're going Abu Hamza. The entire population of France got 12%. Abu Hamza was the top answer. 47% of people think it. We asked the public, who would you most like to take a bath with?
Hamza, he's not going to get much of a lather up with hooks, is he? Jackson, I think he'd be intimidated by my adult genitalia, so... I don't think he'd feel very comfortable around that.
Who are you going to go for?
I'll go for Kate Moss.
OK. Dave, who are you going to go for?
Abu Hamza, dirty beat. You know, at the end, when you've got all that hair in the plug hole, get that out, couldn't he, quite easily? And I'd like to see his knob.
Really?
No. You just don't know, he might have a corkscrew. You don't know, he might...
Who do you think would make the best James Bond? Who do you think got the most votes?
A few contenders here. Abu Hamza, Dr. Norfinger. Jackson's got his best work is undercover, perhaps you could say.
He could entice women back to his bedroom, get between the sheets, and who's that? Playing the Game Boy there. It's all right. Next to the monkey. Next to the monkey. All right, just get in. I don't know. Best James, but any ideas, team?
Abu Hamza could do For Your Eye Only.
John Prescott, smooth, suave, sophisticated, elegant, charisma, and he can punch.
We will go, our team, with John Prescott.
OK, Sean, what do you think?
Well, the entire population of France, you say?
Yeah, all of them.
Well, I think they'd have trouble sneaking up on people. Make a bit of noise.
Smell them a mile off, wouldn't you?
Imagine 60 million.
Dawn, what's your team? Check in with them.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot about them. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, you're right.
That's all right, fine here. A bit lonely.
Can I put forward Kate Moss?
Could be Janine Bond.
Yeah, but Janine, that's like someone who works in Greggs. Oh, Janine. All right, love. Oh, Goldfinger, we meet at last.
Personally, I think I've lost count this week the number of times people have, mostly strangers, have turned to me and said, oh, you're hot, isn't it? Oh, brilliant. Oh, I'm so hot. And I think, yeah, I know. I'm standing next to you. In fact, that's the only thing we've got in common. We're hot. I mean, I think to myself, like, if they said, look, eagle, I'd be interested. There goes Vinnie Jones on a penny farthing. Then they go, oh, are you close? Do you find it close? No, I find you a bit close.
I like the fact it makes the world a bit of a friendlier place. Because you've all got a conversation to have.
Well, yeah, it's not a conversation, is it? You go, it's hot, and they go, yeah, it is, isn't it? That's it. See ya. Right.
No, that's all the conversation I want with my dry cleaner. I don't want them to go, Tolstoy. Do you think he's overrated?
It doesn't go anywhere, the hot thing, does it? Doesn't it? It just goes, you're hot, yeah, hot. Yeah. You can't go, no, I'm not hot, I'm a robot. Yes. Atmospheric conditions don't affect me.
I think robots would be more prone to the heat, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, metal conducts heat.
Yeah.
It's hot, isn't it?
Yes. You're right, actually, yeah, I'm totally ashamed of myself. Yeah, there's probably loads of robots out there going, bloody boiling, isn't it? Oh, is it me?
80% of Daily Mail readers don't like what?
Reggae.
They don't like anything, do they? If they had their way, one end of the Channel Tunnel, a big cheese grater, wouldn't it?
The glut.
Yeah.
I like the way you immediately gave it a name in French.
Did I?
Just, yeah,
Do you know what I thought that and didn't say it, but obviously I said it.
Is it people whose houses are on wheels? Who like to move about a bit? Settle down for a couple of weeks, burn a few tyres and then move on.
Don't like the way that George Eliot's Mill on the Floss ended. Found it a little downbeat.
It's something rude.
Gay sex?
No,
gag balls.
Ribbing a chimp, they don't like that.
Where might they see sex?
On the telly.
Everywhere.
Correct. 80% of Daily Mail readers don't like sex on TV. If you're a Daily Mail reader, look away now.
That's actually quite erotic.
Yeah.
OK, I can't tell you the source of this one, Dave's team, because it would give it away. 80% of doctors are in favour of what?
Kissing it better. Is it working from home?
80% doctors are in favour of Dr. Fox being struck off.
Is it acupuncture? Only I've had it and it works, you know, it's good. But I always wonder, how did they ever get that past the medical council that's sticking pins in you? And how did it ever come about? Was it two samurai warriors centuries ago going, ching, 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 oh, my headache's gone.
Do you know if it goes wrong, do you have to use an acupuncture repair kit?
It's 80% of doctors are in favour of chloramphenicol for red eye in children. This is from a survey that featured in the Daily Express in December 2004. 50% of people can't explain what is.
Is it Kamal from Big Brother? Sillet bang. Silly bang.
What?
It's sad, you know, I found it in the bathroom the other day. I'm reading it because I'm on the toilet, and well, you do, don't you? I've done the bleach, I've done the sif. Silly bang, and there's no ingredients on it. It's very Moorish.
I'll give you a clue. It's something to do with finance.
Bank.
Yeah, bank.
Yeah, seriously.
What's a bank?
What is a bank? My friend said to me, what's a building society? He said, I don't know what a building society is. And I said, what's a bank? I don't know what a bank is. I don't know what it is. What is it? They say that they've got your money, you know, and
then you go in and they give it to you.
Yeah. Usually they have.
I mean, it's not really as easy as that sometimes. Yeah. You know, they make it difficult for you, you know, and they give you interest and but somehow like they invest your money in things and.
I feel like, Peter, you're auditioning for the thickest man in Europe.
Shall I tell you?
Yeah.
50% of people can't explain what an overdraft is. I'll tell you what, give me your PIN number and I'll show you. Gandhi there, what poll might he have appeared on?
Least popular ice cream flavour. Gandhi flavour.
I've spent some time in India. It's a wonderful, fantastic country. It's amazing. It's a beautiful country, yeah. It's the only place in the world, actually, you can get killed by a tiger or a salad.
Is it people who look like Gollum?
People who should have gone to Specsavers.
How about best Ben Kingsley look like?
Is it people whose nickname was Goosey Goosey?
Is it famous Mahatmas?
One of the things Gandhi is famous for, and he used to do this to sort of prove that his celibacy, prove his self-control, that he could resist temptation. He would sleep with virgins, 16-year-old girls, every night. And he would sleep with one so he could prove that he could resist temptation. Every morning he'd come out and go, oh, failed again. But, still, I'll have another crack at it tonight.
So Elvis and Gandhi, what might they have in common?
Nice shot, isn't it? People currently flying spaceships with Shergar.
People my dad thinks are gay.
Have they both starred in Jailhouse Rock?
Gandhi, I don't think was in jail. I'd have to check.
Was he ever put away?
Was he ever put away?
He maybe was.
Yeah, but they didn't make a film of it where he danced.
Is it people whose nickname was the pelvis?
Again, not so much with the Gandhi on that one. Shane Ritchie there, what poll do you think he might have appeared on with Elvis and Gandhi?
They've all shagged a Nolan.
Is that photo of Shane Ritchie taken from a Spot the Bee competition?
They start out as redcoats, all of them.
Do they like a good curry?
Is it people who are dead but people think are alive?
Yes.
Shane Ritchie, if you're watching, don't panic. You are still alive. You're clinging on.
I know what it is.
Oh.
Have they all, apart from Gandhi...
This is where I think it's going to fall down, but let's hear the rest of it.
Is it something to do with weight loss? Up and down?
No.
Yo-yo dieting, definitely.
It's not, definitely. It isn't. It is in June.
Is it people you'd like to meet or have a chat with, or...
Well, Shane Ritchie's in there.
Well, yeah, I know.
You're along exactly the right lines.
Is it people you'd like to have round for dinner?
Yes.
Yes, it is, yes. Brilliant.
They all appeared on a poll of the person Britons would most like to have round to dinner. Princess Diana was top of the list. We all remember where we were when we heard the tragic news. I was in Kensington Park thinking, you know what this place needs? Another fountain.
Well, I think people are getting very excited about the Live 8 concerts in Hyde Park. I think people are getting very excited. If anyone's lucky enough to have tickets for it, don't go to the toilet when Dido's on, because there'll be massive queues. But the thing I didn't know was that there's those gigs going all over the world, but all the African artists are doing this special gig in Cornwall. I thought, there's a lot of African people in this country. I don't think one of them lives in frigging Cornwall. And I'd like to see the instructions they get. You get to Heathrow, come out of the airport, turn left, and just keep going for about 7 hours. Don't get stuck behind a caravan, you'll never make it. Bob Geldof said, he said, I'm not putting African artists on the bill in Hyde Park because I think people will switch off. And I think it shows he's got a very low opinion of us. What does he think? Like, an African artist comes on, I go, oh, bollocks, it's an African, like that. Or should I say, world's maddest waiters on ITV? I'm not watching that.
It's really odd, though, how saving the world makes you look like hell, because he looks terrible. Doesn't he?
Yeah.
You think, you know, growing green grass and saving starving people would make you look pretty or better or something. But the more he saves the world, the more he looks like Satan.
The G8 protests start next week. And they're basically, G8 protests are like Christmas for anarchists, aren't they? That's when they get really, whoo-hey! Yeah, we chuck stuff at the police, hey! They get very excited about that. That's all going to start next week.
So is that different to Live 8, G8?
Yeah.
I've got tickets for that.
What do you think, Deborah? Are you going to go?
No, I'm not going to go. I will have it on if I'm allowed. Because
What do you mean if you're allowed?
well, usually I'm not allowed to put anything that I want on. It's got to be Thomas the Tank Engine or...
Oh.
Is your partner a bit slow?
It's 2.5.
13% of Americans are afraid of what?
Their own shadow. Because it'll be massive, won't it? Jesus, what's... Oh, it's me.
Have you been to America?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like it?
No.
But no, I think Americans are really afraid of...
If you can't say it, that's fine.
Yeah.
Is it making love to a woman, Scott?
Is it?
You know, I have, you know, I've been with a woman.
Yeah, well, I've done loads of blokes. Oh, hang on.
All right.
I think what you're trying to say is that 13% of Americans are afraid of Bush.
Yeah.
I think you're afraid of going for a walk. They drive everywhere. The only time you see an American out of his car is he's chasing a donut going down a hill.
You know, this is feeling very anti-American to me, this whole part of
Look,
this.
Scott,
I have something to say.
Scott,
Yeah.
think of it as friendly fire.
All right.
You were close with Bush, you were close with going for a walk.
Going for a walk with the president.
The answer is 13% of Americans are afraid of being alone in a forest. The other 87% are happily holed up in a log cabin with an M16 waiting for the federal government to fall. OK, only 7% of builders regularly what?
Pull the pants up.
Only 7% of builders regularly shout, "Oi, darling, I'd like to get to know you as a person."
To you.
Or say, stuff me, I finished a week early, I'll give you £2 back. It's not gonna happen. Is it fall off ladders? Because they're thick as aren't they? Some of them. No, there should be a sign at the top of the ladder that says stop. Because
It's kind of refreshment related.
Come back from lunch.
Turn up sober.
Only 7% of builders regularly take tea breaks.
Oh,
Most prefer to add all their tea breaks together and turn up 2 weeks late. This is from a Police Review magazine survey from May 2005. 80% of British police want a what?
Slap.
I don't know. Friend? But I don't know anybody who's got a friend who's a policeman.
I've got an undercover friend. A friend who's an undercover policeman.
Who is he?
Well,
What's
he was.
What's he called?
I can't say because
No, what's he called?
He's undercover.
No, but tell us his name.
Compton.
Compton. Mr. Compton. What's it? Whereabouts?
No, that's his first name. He's really cool as well. I shouldn't talk too much about him because
He's called Compton?
Yeah, Compton.
Because he's now kicking the telly, going, shut up! He's
really
in a
cool
crack
as
den.
well.
He's in a crack den. They're watching this, and he's going, but then they go, you're Compton.
Sorry,
what are you doing? No! No, I actually got a picture of him here. There we go.
I've suddenly remembered. I've got a relation who's a copper, but he's a mounted copper in Canada.
You mean
Yeah.
I think I know him.
He's a mounted. Sorry, I just got that. Sorry.
OK, 80% of British police want a what?
They want a bigger truncheon.
It's sort of, you're along the
Is it a
right
gun?
lines. A gun?
A gun.
Yeah, I'll give you that. It's a stun gun.
Is it?
Yeah. OK, 62% of British men don't know their partner's what?
A man.
Maybe they don't know their partner's eye colour. That's a hard one to remember.
I'm just trying to remember if my girlfriend's got eyes.
I'd imagine no. Pin number.
No, I'll give you a clue. Yeah, pin number, you're very close.
Partner's... Phone number. Mobile phone number.
Correct.
Oh, damn.
Yes, 62% of British men don't know their partner's mobile telephone number. I don't need to know my girlfriend's mobile number. She rings me every 6 minutes. Yes, I still love you.
Blind.
And my question is, the Irish spend 21 minutes on foreplay. Do Britain spend more or less time than that?
I just have a bit confused. When does foreplay start? When do you start the stopwatch? When officially does it start?
I think starting the stopwatch often ruins the mood.
Yes. Depends whether it includes my 15 minutes of begging. Really, pleading. No,
Does that include getting your credit card checked and everything? Because...
That's where the Irish take 21 minutes because, well, you can't rush a Guinness, can you? And,
They also love the crack.
it's got to be less, do you think?
I think it
21 minutes?
Yeah,
It's a long time. That's 40 minutes a month.
So what do you think, Dave? What are you going to go for?
Less.
Well, in fact, the Brits not only spend more time than the Irish, but also more time than any other nation. We spend an incredible 23 minutes on foreplay. We're clearly too emotionally repressed to ask for sex, so we keep beating around the bush. What nation do you think spent the least amount of time?
Swiss?
The Swiss.
I bet they timed it beautifully, though, didn't they?
The Americans, one yank and they're off.
Well, in fact, the population of Thailand came bottom of the poll, spending just 11.5 minutes on foreplay. Me love you long time, indeed. Best way to avoid talking to someone on a plane?
As soon as the flight starts, ask them if they have a personal relationship with Jesus.
Or what I always do is play an imaginary trombone. Or just put a blanket over your head and go.
Just look them in the eye and say, "Shut the up."
If you start reading, they leave you alone, usually.
That's the right answer.
Yeah.
Yes, the best way to avoid talking to someone on a plane is reading. I think something light is normally best, maybe an Al-Qaeda pamphlet. What poll do you think Nelson Mandela might have appeared on?
Is it people who still don't see the funny side of the show Porridge?
Sadly, no.
Is it people who've never appeared on Through the Keyhole?
So, is it people who've inspired classic wrestling moves?
Is it a poll of people you can't really take the piss out of?
He's got a funny voice, though. We can laugh at that, can't we?
Well, you can, but if you've got any dignity or self-respect, you wouldn't.
He's got a funny voice, though, hasn't he? Is it people who used to have the first name free?
Is it people whose names are rhyming slang for drinks? Nelson Mandela, Pint of Stella.
Isn't it quicker to just say Pint of Stella? By the time it said Nelson Mandela, the bloke served someone else, isn't he?
Is it people, if they had extensions, they'd look like a really old Beyonce?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
One point.
OK, let's have a look at the next person.
Is it a poll of people who've met Jerry Halliwell but had no idea who she was?
Is it famous BMW drivers? Because I know Nelson, he bought one because he wanted the extra leg room, and you got one for the extra headroom.
Has Hugh Grant got a lot of community centres named after him? Is that a possibility? Am I close? I mean, we're working here. You're not even helping us.
You're kind of... We've touched along the right lines, but I'll show you someone else. Moira Stewart, Hugh Grant and Nelson Mandela. What poll do you think they might have appeared on?
Is it people who can remember exactly where they were when Nelson Mandela was released from prison?
Does she still read the news, Moira Stewart? Because I quite miss her.
She gets a paper some days, yeah.
She's a proper newsreader, though, isn't she? She's a journalist.
Yeah.
Right, as opposed to Kaplinsky. I hate... Natasha Kaplinsky, to me, looks like a businessman's wife, like a journalist. You know, I want my news read by someone who, if they entered a ballroom dancing competition, would definitely lose.
Kaplinsky also sounds like a kind of maverick New York cop that doesn't play by the rules to me.
Kaplinsky, put those donuts down and solve the case!
Is it something to do with, like, mumbling? Because she mumbled, hello, I'm Morris Stewart. And he's like, hello, I'm English, and then Nelson sounds a bit as if he's still behind the brick wall.
I would say no. You're along the right lines there, but I'll show you another one from here. At 74, Sean Connery now has a whole new range of gadgets. Pay attention, Bond. This isn't a normal bath. You can walk right in.
I like the fact that Sean Connery couldn't pronounce the word arse. I think he's got a great voice for swearing. Push flaps.
He does have an incredible ability with accent, Sean Connery. At the end of, is it the end of Highlander 2? A very popular film, I'm sure. When he comes in at the end and says, hello, my name is Juan Carlos from Spain. No.
Is it people who look like people out of Police Academy? Nelson Mandela looks like Hightower. She looks like, it's the stick-up. Do you remember that one? And Hugh Grant's the one who makes those noises. Game over. Even though he's white and the man was black.
Sadly, no.
They've all got a really quite an attractive-ish accent that, you know...
Moira.
Yeah.
Oh, good night. Well, wearing a gimp mask. Good night.
You were going to eat your words, Alan Carr, because Dave Spikey, you're absolutely right.
Oh.
They've all appeared on a survey of people with the most pleasant voices. It's surprising how many people in the top 10 had regional accents. Of course, I don't have an accent. This is just how things sound when they're pronounced properly. 50% of the over 65s don't have a what?
Is it that 50% of over 65s don't have a real hip?
Is it 50% of over 65s don't have a clue why they went to the cupboard in the first place?
Is it 50% of over 65s don't have a chance against a panther?
Is it 50% of over 65s don't have a waist? As they get older, all men especially, the waist just get higher and higher, and the belt gets, the pants just get higher. 103, belt there, zip there. Hello, I'm 103.
And the only people I know, old people, they have trays over the bath. So they can organise the loofah and the soap, and it's all there. And then they need an emergency. There it is.
People still use loofahs. That's great, isn't it? That's an over 65 thing, a loofah, isn't it?
Well, no, it's not. It cleans your back.
I know, they're great.
It's a young man's thing, I would have thought, the loofah, surely, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
No.
it's a young man's thing. Yeah.
No.
None of the kids watching will be thinking, yeah, loofahs, yeah.
What is a loofah? What's a loofah?
Do you want to know?
That's a bloody funny
I
name.
know, because the worst Christmas present I ever got was a grow-your-own loofah kit.
Oh. That is quite bad as a gift.
Whereabouts do loofahs live in the wild, then?
Underwater.
No, they don't. They grow on trees.
Is it like a sea cucumber when it's alive?
No, it grows on land. It grows on land. It's a vegetable.
And surely it's like a sponge and grows underwater, isn't it?
No, that's what I thought.
I disagree
it was.
with you.
Yeah, but you don't know everything, do you?
Well, I think there should be a gardener special on loofahs then, if that's the case.
That's loofahs grow on trees. They're like a gourd. They're like a gourd.
A gourd?
What's a gourd?
I can't believe I'm working with these botanical ignoramuses.
I've never seen a loofah tree. If there were loofah trees...
Of course you haven't seen...
Well, because they don't exist, that's why. If there were loofah trees, we'd know about them. They sound brilliant.
The reason you haven't seen one is because old people have taken them. I'll give you a clue. It's sort of about companionship.
Don't have a partner.
Is it a best friend?
Best friend is the right answer. This is from a survey featured in the Daily Mail, March 2005. 86% of bosses feel that what is a disadvantage in business?
Is it 86% of bosses feel that speaking in riddles is a disadvantage in business? My first is in piano, but not in canoe. Would you like to invest in my shipping company, Jimmy?
Yes, I would.
It is in canoe, isn't it? It's like look at your face when you
Greatest British Olympian.
Is it that one with the tash? Fatima Whitbread.
Is it Jeff Capes, the world's strongest man, and officially he still is, but he's so strong he's not allowed to enter anymore?
Do you know the thing about Jeff Capes, really interesting thing about him, is he keeps budgies. And you just imagine all that strength, and he just... but he can pick up a little budgie. And then go...
He's had a checkered history, though, to be fair, Jeff. He used to work at the Yellow Pages factory, but he got sacked for destroying stock.
Why do they put that world's strongest man thing on at Christmas?
Fucking brilliant.
Well, it is, isn't it? It's load of and it, a man pulling a mobile home, and it, from there to there. Why do they have it on?
A man lifting big round stone balls, and they get heavier, and he's got to put them up on a higher thing each time. That, to me, is genius.
No, they're not strong, they're just fat. Aren't they? They're just obese, and they should be the world's fattest That's what they should say.
This is Stephen Redgrave.
Steve Redgrave is number 2.
Is it Sebastian Carr?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Sebastian Carr.
Well done.
This one's from a YouGov survey from April this year. Top female sexual fantasy. Ian Lee.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well done, mate.
Apparently so. To be told they've got lovely boobs by a stranger. I don't know, a builder or something. They love it, don't they?
Is it, like, just something very simple, like maybe a phone call 3 days later?
Is it wearing a gimp mask and being pulled around on a chain like a dog? I mean, women aren't my strong points.
Top female sexual fantasy.
It's something romantic,
It's something
isn't it?
kind of nice.
Is it like roses?
I'm going to tell you, the top female sexual fantasy is sex with a regular partner. Well, ladies, I'm regular. Eat a lot of bran. Jeremy Clarkson, of course. He looks a lot older than he is. Incredibly, he's gone from 0 to 60 in 45 years. What poll do you think he might have appeared on?
Ugliest men in the world you wouldn't shag even if they were left on a desert island with you.
I was just going to say that.
Can you imagine him in bed?
I'd suck him off.
Is it somebody you'd most like to hit with a cricket bat? I say cricket bat, that's my weapon of choice. Pick your own weapon, isn't it? Obviously, really.
I think it might be just something with... Jeremy Clarkson is known... He's got a very long Biffin's Bridge, hasn't he? Beg your pardon?
What's it?
Biffin's Bridge. Stand up.
Right.
Right, because you've got quite a long one. You have your trousers up.
I've got quite a long one. Thanks, Sean.
He's just pulled his trousers
Yeah.
up.
Top of your trousers.
Yeah.
Right, then get your other finger and go down. Like that. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh.
Keep going, keep going. That's back there, there. That's your Biffin's Bridge. Now, take your hand away. That's how long your Biffin's Bridge is.
Why is it called a Biffin's Bridge?
It's not your Biffin's Bridge.
Ladies. That was Victoria Aitken with her attempt at a rap career to illustrate posh people. So, Jeremy Clarkson and posh people, what poll do you think they might have appeared on?
Is it people who know how to use a bidet? No, my mum, a couple of years ago, my mum got a new bathroom in and she said to me, Dad, I've just paid £100 extra for one of them things that you wash your bottom with. And he said, you paid £100 for a flannel.
Is it people you never get tired of kicking?
The thing about posh people, I hate it when they laugh. Horrible laugh.
Do an imitation.
Ha 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 ha.
Do common people laughing then?
Good, I'll try and make you laugh.
Is it people that look or sound like Camilla Parker Bowles? He looks a bit like Camilla, doesn't he? He's got that sort of robustness.
No, I think...
I find her attractive.
Camilla Parker Bowles, you find her attractive in what way?
I'm thinking of Rod Hull.
She's nice, actually.
Have you met her?
Yes, I have. I met Prince Charles once, and he asked me, what does one do? And I explained the show, and he said, what sort of people do you have on the show? And I said, oh, you know, the husband, the wife, and the mistress.
Let's have a look at the next person. So, posh people, Jeremy Clarkson and Manchester United. What poll might they have appeared on?
Man United players are always getting done for speeding.
Yeah.
Clarkson's always going very fast. Unfortunately, not in the same direction forever. They tend to come back.
Actually, talking of Man United players and speeding, do you remember when David Beckham got done for speeding? He came out with the greatest excuse I've ever heard. He said, they asked him why he was speeding, and he said, I was being followed by a photographer. Like, no, Dave, they're called speed cameras.
Is it to do with phone companies?
What do you mean by phone companies?
Well, Jeremy Clarkson does something for BT, and Man United do Vodafone. And not a goddamn clue about the last one.
And that is why you're wrong.
Elton John. There's nothing nowhere to go with him, is there?
We could do a couple of bumming jokes, I suppose.
Oh, for God's sake.
That's why I'm not doing it. That's why I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
His level of humour is so desperate.
He wasn't on a show where they eat kangaroo balls.
He actually, to be fair to Patrick, what he said was, I said, Elton, where's the comedy in Elton? And he said, we could do that. He didn't say he was going to, or he would like to. He didn't get any pleasure. You wouldn't get any pleasure out of that, would you?
I'm saying fuck all.
Do you know what? People actually have the gall to comment about my chat show. Have a look at this, would you?
Yeah, but luckily we edit this.
93% of people who what are overweight?
Watch Trisha.
So how long have you been watching the show?
Oh, I'll tell you, I'm a massive... I'll tell you, I do every day, me. That's my favourite. Pregnant with twins, only shared my brother's towel. That was my favourite.
65% of circus performers are what?
I think 65% of circus performers are covered in pie. And wearing the wrong shoes. I went to a circus in East London about 2 years ago. It's quite funny. And one of the clowns forgot to turn his mobile off. And it went off. It took him ages to find it because they've got those massive pockets. He's reached around. And the thing is, the tune on his mobile was... And he's reaching out and he got his mobile phone, switched it off. And the amazing thing was the way the other clowns reacted. They went mental at him. Right? They started pouring water down his trousers. They hit him with a ladder. They really overreacted. One of them put a barrel over him and pushed him over. Total overreaction.
65% of circus performers are not to be trusted.
Did something bad happen to you at circus once?
Yeah, and I don't want to talk about it.
I've got a little puppet. Would you tell him?
You look more like a puppet, don't you? You look a bit like a ventriloquist dummy, don't you?
It's the hair, really, that gives it away. It's so neat and tidy, it's unnatural.
So 65% of circus performers are my hair looks like a dummy's. That's your guess.
Is it animals?
Oh, that's
not as a joke.
That is a good suggestion. I'm sorry, I'm giving you credit there.
Sister!
That is a
Whose diary would you most like to read? Who got the most votes?
George Bush's would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Invaded Iraq, it was nice. Had an ice cream, it was nice.
Jesus's would be good because he died on the Friday, he rose on the Sunday, right? But it was like because it was Easter, it was a bank holiday weekend. Now I've had some bank holiday weekends where I've woke up in a cave and I've not claimed to be, anything happened. I'm just.
It would be great to get hold of it the week before the Last Supper, just see if he had his suspicions, you know. Tuesday, went fishing. Wednesday, made a blind man see. Took Mary up the Casbah. Judas throwing his money about.
I'd like to read the White Lion's diary in Siegfried and Roy. Got up, ate a nutter.
Which one got eaten?
Eh?
Was it Siegfried or Roy?
But he didn't get eaten, did he? He got bit.
When it happened, the majority of people in the world went,
I know one bloke who went, ah!
Who would be the best guest on Trisha?
Who's the fattest?
What happens on Trisha?
You've never seen the show?
To be fair,
I've seen a bit of it, but I was cycling past a shop at the time. It was just gone.
It's a chat show where people talk about their problems, and while we're at it,
Yeah.
what is it that you do?
I can't believe there's a row and Janet isn't involved.
I think where you go wrong with Trisha is... Sorry. When it comes on, you put, like, across the bottom what the programme's all about. Now, if it's not my daughter wants to be a stripper, it gets flicked off.
Who would be the best guest on Trisha? What do you think, Sean?
Charlotte Church.
Oh.
Why is that?
Just read the papers, my friend. It's all there.
So you've gone for Charlotte Church?
Yeah.
Apparently,
Okay.
yep.
Who are you going to go for?
Jesus. I never knew my father.
It's anything to do with the opening of the Easy Hotel. The EasyJet guy, he's gone into hotels now.
Who's it, Stelios?
Stelios, and he's opening an EasyJet hotel. It's only £20 a night to stay in London but the rooms are bright orange. I don't...
In fact, they are oranges.
Yeah.
You have to burrow into them.
No, actually, they're not.
Aren't they? Well, I'm not staying then.
He's gone into hotels and he's spreading his empire. He's bringing the Easy brands to loads of different things. And I'm looking forward to the Easy Zoo. I think about very sort of low-rent crap where everything's orange. There's about 200 foxes and a pigeon that lives off Wotsits.
I can tell you that the opening of the Easy Hotel is not in the top 5.
Knew it.
Dave, your team, what have the nation been talking about this week?
I think they've been talking about the space shuttle with bits falling off it. I think it's 25 years old. What are they doing sending that up there? I've got a 15-year-old caravanette. I wouldn't got Grange over Sands in it. You know what I mean?
It must have been quite worrying when George Bush comes up on the screen to talk to them. See, on re-entry, guys, could you possibly aim the craft at Iran?
The thing is, have you seen the crew? Eileen, she's called. She's commandant. She's Eileen Collins. She's a mobile hairdresser as well, obviously. Have you seen her hair, that Eileen? It's just like done. She thought, well, I've got to put that helmet on, so she's done her hair like that. It's just like
Do you think she decided to be an astronaut when she was at the hairdressers in one of those things? This is the look for me.
You're saying they've repaired the shuttle now? But, like, if you were on a plane and you just watched the pilot shin his way out along the wing with a hacksaw, and then he'd come in and go, oh, it's fine now, you'd be yourself.
Well, let's have a look and see if it's in the top 5 talking points this week. Yes, it is. Yes, this is the story of the repairs being carried out on the space shuttle this week. Discovery will soon be returning to home base. Or if they're closed, they'll be nipping into B&Q. If all the people in China stood on each other's shoulders, they could reach the moon, which is not only an interesting fact, it's also the latest rescue plan. What poll do you think dogs might have appeared on?
Is this dogs with specs or just dogs in general?
A friend of mine had a dog, and this is true, it's got a lisp, this dog. And when it barks, it goes like this, it goes, rouse! And then it developed a stammer, and it goes, rouse!
The dogs are a man's best friend, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, is it something to do with a poll of best friends who have at one time or another in your kitchen?
No. What poll do you think might have featured the Olympics and dogs?
Is it things that postmen hate? Because postmen hate dogs, and they hate the Olympics.
Why?
Well, the Olympic Village, they go there, and it's just, you know, Saeed Asu Wara Wara, and they've just got to go and find him, haven't they? You ever seen a postman in Olympic Village? Just...
Dogs are going to be allowed into the Olympics. Swimming.
I'd like to see a 24-hour Vic Reeves news channel.
You're in luck.
Yeah.
I actually thought I was appearing on Eat Out of Tin Cans. Well, we would just have to eat out of tin cans and enjoy it for half an hour. That's why I went on this show.
Mobile phones there. Television companies have been accused of profiting from mobile phone voting. If you want to hear the punchline to that joke, text moron to the number on your screen now. What poll do you think mobile phones, the Olympics and dogs might have appeared on?
I know. David Beckham, he did a telephone advert.
Yeah?
Football is going to be in the Olympics, and Beckham rides a dog when he comes on the pitch.
It was so good, but he sort of fell down on that third one, I felt. That was the tweenies.
The tweenies are pretty terrifying. Yeah. They look sort of like a normal family that live under a mobile phone mast.
Children like dogs, the tweenies, the Olympics and mobile phones.
Let's have a look at the next thing on the list. Paris Hilton there. What poll do you think they all might have appeared on?
Is it things that they've got other names for? Like she's got a Paris Hilton, her real name's Reading Travel Lodge. Olympics, a lot of people just go, Olympics, innit? Can I have the points?
I think Paris Hilton is the big clue here.
So she had sex on the internet, and the tweenies have had sex on the internet.
Is it things people have been searching for on the internet?
Yeah, Frankie Moore, that's the correct answer. They all appear on a poll of the most searched words on the internet. So, at the end of that round, it is 8 points for Dave's team and 2 points to Sean's team.
Don't worry, Dave.
And the winner is the name of our final round. I'm going to give the teams a series of opinion polls and surveys. It's up to them to buzz in and tell me who or what they think came top. Here is your first one. The greatest food innovation of the 20th century.
The spork. You know that plastic, they've made a spoon and a fork as one thing. That's clever, that spork.
I think probably the greatest leap forwards is the Muller fruit corner. That's a fantastic thing because you can have your yogurt first, then your fruit, or you can have your fruit, then your yogurt, or you can just eat the fruit, not bother with the yogurt.
He's got a point.
Or you can eat the yogurt and just chuck the fruit on a cat or something. And it's just so many options. With
Do you write the serving suggestion on the front?
Or a Scotch egg. That's a fantastic invention.
What about the gala pie? It's a similar thing, but square.
Scotch egg, vegetarians can have Scotch egg, can't they? Because they can throw the meat away and they can eat the egg.
Yeah, and the same with the gala pie.
I'd like it to be the pot noodle. I like pot noodles because it's just pop the kettle on, taste it for 5 days afterwards. Love it.
Do you genuinely eat pot noodles?
Yeah, I watch Diagnosis Murder in the afternoon and eat chicken and mushroom pot noodles.
Have you ever thought about maybe having an affair?
Powdered egg.
Powdered egg?
Don't laugh and don't mock it. Don't you ever mock powdered egg.
I mock powdered egg because it's a very sad story. My grandfather, right, he had powdered egg during the war. He thought it was drugs. He snorted it, right, and he choked on his own omelette.
It's a way of preserving food.
Freezing.
Correct. The greatest food innovation of the 20th century is frozen food.
Yeah!
12% of Big Brother applicants are what?
Practising in threshers.
Sane, and the other 96% mad.
96?
What about the other two? 88. No, he was the clever one.
12% of the Big Brother applicants are real.
Do you really think that's the answer?
No, not really. Isn't that a good saying?
I'll give you a clue. It's a job.
It's a job. Oh.
Shelf stackers.
Hairdressers.
You are absolutely right, Lisa Tarbuck. Yes, 12% of Big Brother applicants are hairdressers. 2 of the housemates this year are hairdressers. Anthony is a trainee and Craig runs his own salon. He's already offered Anthony some sort of job. OK, Sean's team. 34% of Big Brother contestants what after leaving the house?
I reckon 34% of Big Brother contestants go back to Asda.
Nah, man, Asda's do classic quick save.
Science, you're one of the contestants.
Yeah. I reckon what they should do is go to a remote Scottish island and have a little word with themselves. What have you been doing since you left the Big Brother house? Number 1.
I read that you made $1 million since you left, did you?
I don't ask you about your ages.
You can.
I wouldn't like to, it's rude. No,
you're right.
I haven't made $1 million.
Sorry, that is rude, I apologise. How much do you weigh, Jay?
Lose weight.
That's the right answer. Yes, 34% of Big Brother contestants lose weight after leaving the house, mainly by bringing out their own fitness videos. Nadia's weight loss programme was a little bit more extreme. She cut out all meat and 2 veg. Which of these housemates would do best on Mastermind? Who got the most votes?
Why can't I maybe have some votes?
Sorry, it's who would be best on Mastermind.
Yeah.
Did you not understand that question?
I think, Jade, I think you do very well, but you'd be spinning around the chair.
I'm going to say Nick.
You're going to go with Nasty Nick?
Yeah.
OK. Dave's team, what do you think?
I'd love to see Jade on it. Just imagine it would be like you've passed on all 22. The answer to question 1 was Jade.
What would your specialist subject be?
Shoes and handbags.
Who are you going to go for, team?
I think we've got to go for Kamal.
I'll go with that. Yeah.
What do you think, Jeremy?
Well, I don't think any of them are any good, to be honest, so... Well, I'm sorry, but, you know...
Yeah, they're not like the cast of Hollyoaks, are they?
No.
Victor, what would your specialist subject be on Mastermind?
General knowledge, really, like...
Your specialist subject would be general knowledge?
Yeah, that would be it. No, that would be it.
That is amazing. Yeah. And your specialist subject is general knowledge?
Why, is that not a subject?
Is it not a subject? No, Jade, but when your specialist subject... I can't believe I'm having to explain that to a human being. General knowledge is the general bit, and then they do have a specialist subject.
Oh, in knowledge.
In knowledge, no. Oh, you're adorable. Well, you went with Kamal, you went with Nick. I can tell you that Kamal got 19% of the vote, but the public thought the best person on Mastermind would be Nasty Nick. He got 50% of the vote. According to the public, Nick was voted the housemate that would be best on Mastermind. His specialist subject would, of course, be the role of Buttons in various pantos across the East Midlands. We asked the public, which of these housemates would you most like to meet on a blind date? Who got the most votes? Dave's team.
I'd want to go on a blind date with Jade. I'm picking Jade every time, aren't I? I'm sorry, I would. My worry is she'd never find a place, you know, the arranged place. She's like, I'll meet you outside Ritz's. I'm not going to Brazil.
Okay, who are you going for?
It's got to be Michelle, hasn't it? I think Michelle. It's got to be Michelle.
I don't, yeah.
No.
We go for Michelle.
Yeah.
You're going to go for Michelle?
Even half the chance.
Who are you going to go for, Sean?
Who would you like to meet on a blind date?
The public is actually the ones
Come on.
that have done this. I ain't got a clue, but I'm going to go for Jade, innit? Because Jade, everybody loves Jade. Now you're getting it wrong.
That's cute.
Like that, man. Sway with it, sway with it, sway with it, flow with it. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Does anybody remember the wooden tops?
Lisa, who do you think the public would have voted for?
Kamal.
You think Kamal?
There,
Why?
I said it.
You went for Michelle. I can tell you that Michelle got 20% of the vote, but Kamal got 35% of the vote. It was the top answer. OK, this is to Sean's team. We asked the public which of these housemates would make the worst Prime Minister. Who got the most votes?
Maxwell would make a bad Prime Minister. Very bad.
Is it because you would be tried for treason in it?
Yeah, all of that, man. You know what I mean? They blame it on citizen science all the time.
I've got Jade down for Foreign Secretary. European Constitution, East Anglia. Come on.
Who are you going to go for?
Jade, I think.
Oh, actually, see, what's his name? Tony Blair, and walked straight past him. I didn't even know it was him. So.
What was Tony Blair doing at Blue Water?
OK, so you've gone for Maxwell. I can tell you that Maxwell got 10% of the vote as the worst Prime Minister, but Jade was the top answer with 50% of the vote.
Oh, bless you.
But in fairness to you, Jade, if you were elected leader, you wouldn't be the stupidest world leader, would you? And President Bush is thicker than you, isn't he?
I don't know who these people are.
President Bush. You've heard of President Bush, though, yeah?
Is that the man that sort of looks like a teddy bear that's in America?
President of America or the United States? Which one would you rather?
They're both the same.
Oh, this is good. OK, Dave, this is your final question.
All right.
We asked the public which of these housemates would make the best superhero. Who got the most votes?
Oh, Victor, didn't you have a couple of names, like superhero names, like the Milkman? And did you do the plumber? Was that... Why was that?
Because I leave pipe.
He's basically our job man. We're going to go for Victor.
Yeah, OK, you're going for Victor. Sean, what do you think?
What would your superpowers be, Vic?
Turn up really late, take your account details and launder mass amounts of money through them. Fraud boy.
Should we go with Kamal?
Kamal had an assortment of weapons to throw in it, like a laser mirror and like throwing boomerang stilettos and things.
You could also throw a hissy fit.
Yeah,
OK, well, I can tell you that Kamal only got 16% of the vote. What? Victor was the top answer, 23% of the vote. Yes, according to the public, Victor would make the best superhero. One of his nicknames is the Milkman, because he always delivers milk. He's now a milkman, it's his job. So at the end of that round, I can tell you that Derek, Jeremy and Dave have 6 points, and Science, Lisa and Sean have 5 points. is the name of our final round. I'm going to give the teams a series of opinion polls based on Big Brother. It's up to them to buzz in and tell me who or what they think came top. Here is your first one. Person you'd least like to be stuck in the Big Brother house with?
Robert Mugabe.
Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong.
Well, it's all moon this, moon that.
It's a current housemate.
Craig.
Correct.
Has to be.
Oh, well done, mate.
Favourite ever housemate? Fingers on buzzers.
It was definitely our Jade.
Well, you're absolutely right. Jade is the most popular Big Brother contestant ever. Jade, let's have a look at some of the reasons why you're the most popular Big Brother contestant ever.
Everybody goes on about Sherlock Holmes, and everybody goes on about Mr. Einstein. And I thought Inspector Morse and Mr. Einstein were together, sort of thing.
Say that again?
I thought Sherlock Holmes was like related to Inspector Morse, and Inspector Morse was related to Mr. Einstein and Mother Teresa.
I think a round of applause for Jade, the most popular Big Brother contestant ever.
Well, something I thought was very interesting was there's a teachers' conference going on, and a leading educational expert suggested they've get rid of the word failure from the school vocabulary, that kids no longer fail because it discourages, what I would say, you can only say, like, maybe the more less achieving kids, the thicker kids. I think they should get rid of some other words, like late. Get rid of late. You're not late? No, I'm early. Just not as early as I should have been. I'm not lazy. I'm energetically challenged. Or I'm not a liar. I've just got a fact allergy.
I'm afraid that isn't in the top 5 most talked about things.
My friend Mark had a threesome this week. There you go. Is that on the list?
Unless they did it in Trafalgar Square, I doubt it.
What other nation be talking about?
Oh, I don't know. Team, any ideas?
We're playing cricket against Australia, and we've won the toss. We've won the toss. Are they talking about that in the pubs up and down the country?
No.
I don't know.
Because we lost the toss.
The Ashes, it's the old enemy, it's Australia, so that's what makes it important.
It's a made-up sport. A sport that lasts for 3, 4, 5 days is ridiculous.
What do you mean it's a made-up sport? They're all made up.
Under 16 lad who sued the police for escorting him home. The police can escort home kids even if they haven't been badly behaved if they're under 16. And this lad who's only called W in the papers took him to the High Court and won.
I blame the parents. Fancy calling a kid W?
Oh no, it's rubbish.
Yeah. That's that crime boy. We've got crime boy up our way. He's always in trouble. What do you expect? Crime boy's been at it again. Get away.
3% of UK kids worry that their parents what?
Might get back together.
Most kids, the most embarrassing thing their parents do is start a band. Oh. That'd be embarrassing, wouldn't it? Dad on bass, mum on drums.
Why don't you just tell us the answers? You've got us all here. We could be doing important show business work. Me and Ralph could be opening a fete or something.
Has anyone got a fate they need opening? No. Let's continue with the quiz.
All right.
43% of UK kids worry that their parents
are coming to Glastonbury as well. You don't recognise me, I've painted my face.
You almost mentioned it before.
Because they'd embarrass them.
Correct.
That's it?
Yes, 43% of UK kids worry that their parents will embarrass them. I remember I got embarrassed by my dad dancing at a family wedding. I say family wedding, it was gay pride. 78% of pensioners are satisfied with what?
The walk-in bath. They're good, aren't they, the walk-in baths? With a little door on them. You get in, you shut the door, you sit down, and they've got to fill it. They've got plenty of time on their hands, obviously, old people, but they sit in the bath, and then they have the bath, and then they've got to drain it before they can open the door to get out. It's like they sit there, and the water goes out, and they... What am I doing in here? You're having a bath. Start all over again. No wonder this is bloody wrinkly, is it?
78% of pensioners are satisfied with their new baby with Penny Lancaster.
Is it 78% of pensioners are satisfied with their bowling form? Because they like bowling, don't they? Crown Green bowling. My granddad plays, he was 93. He played right up till the day he died, the day before I was playing with him, and he bowled this wood to the other end of the green, and it was quite good. And he shouted to the bloke walking past, he went, "Oh, am I there? Oh, am I there?" He said, "You're a foot in front." He said, "What did he call me then?" Oh,
So 78% of pensioners are satisfied with...
Nice cup of tea and a sit down. Oh, yeah. And making that noise when they sit down going, ah. It's nice going out, but it's nice coming home.
I shall tell you, 78% of pensioners are satisfied with their meals on wheels.
Oh.
OK, your next one is from a survey featured in The Express in May. 93% of cat owners believe their pet helps them what?
Is it drown out the sound of their biological clocks ticking?
Is it helps them solve crimes? Who wouldn't want a crime-fighting cat?
Does it fit in down the cat club? It's all right, it's with me. Milk?
I mean, people who do have cats, I mean, you can have a lot of fun with cats. I did have a cat for a short period of time, and I used to like... The thing I used to like doing with this... You know when you pick a cat up by its sort of front legs, and you just hold it for a bit, they get longer and longer.
Yeah, they do.
And if you hold them, you can really stretch them out. You can get... If you start swinging them... I had to go up the upstairs window and have them out on the street.
They're very comforting, cats. I think they help with calming down.
Yes, I'll give you that. Yes, 93% of cat owners believe their pet helps them cope with stress. Of course, pets can also cause stress. I was distraught when my dog died. I had a lot of money riding on that fight. You should have seen the size of the badger. Most miserable job.
I imagine a very miserable job, depressing more miserable, would be a director of panda pornography. All the hanging around on set. Come on. I had a terrible job. My worst job I ever had. I used to work in the kitchens of a psychiatric hospital, and one of my jobs was when the big industrial bins filled up with food, before they were collected, my job was to scare the patients away from the bins. They'd come and try and get food out of the bins, and I'd have to go, yeah, get away, get away.
You were a scarecrow for mental people.
Yeah, I had to scare psychiatric patients away from
Oh,
bins.
yeah, that was your special job, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You weren't one of them.
No.
No, that's your job, your special job. You were employed there. You're different from the others, yeah. Yeah, of course, yeah.
I had special boots. I had special boots.
Special boots given to him by Napoleon, no less.
Is the most miserable job being that woman on the adverts that Michael Winner tells to calm down, dear?
It's not something really mundane like bin men, is it?
It's kind of a dull thing you sort of switch off if someone tells you they work in it.
Insurance.
IT.
Correct.
Oh, well done.
Yes, the most miserable job is working in IT. Yes, according to the research, the unhappiest person in Britain is a male IT worker in his 30s, separated, childless, and living in Southampton. Hello, Clive. What Brits would buy if money were no object?
Scratch cards.
France, just to close it down.
Oh, how dare you!
Finger. What's your finger?
Why can't we have moments like that?
I like the way you did that for quite a long time, and it looks exactly the same.
Couldn't do the same with yours, could we? Because it's made of wood.
Your hand would fall off.
Jimmy combs it with a mallet.
What Brits would buy if money were no object?
2 boxes of Ferrero Rocher.
A Make Poverty History wristband made of African gold and ivory.
Come on, what would you buy if money were no object?
Is it cleaner?
I'll give you a cleaner. It's actually a live-in maid. Best way to sell your house?
Is it buying The Developer's Bible by Sarah Beatty for $18.99 from all good bookshops?
I think the best way is don't mention the massacre. Let them find out over time from the neighbours. You're living at 32.
Is it put it on the market? Is it have an adjustable sales plan? Remember, a reactive plan is an effective plan.